Morning, Burley Glenwood boys and girls. It is Thursday, April 23rd, and I'm quickly going to share my screen and show you what your agenda needs to look like for the day. Okay, so for today, I'm going to go over Thursday's learnings. I'm going to model the reading. I'm not really going to discuss any hard math problems today because most of you did great on your digital version of the Common Core Review. There was one or two people that looked like they just played eeny, meeny, miny, mo because they usually do really well on stuff. So if you're one of the people that scored less than 5 yesterday, you are welcome to correct it and turn it back in. So for Thursday, first thing you want to do is log into Google Classroom. The Ann Pearson, that was a typo, so you can ignore the Ann Pearson. You want to finish your lesson 13.4 work and do the digital quick check. Remember, in the video, I do give hints on the digital quick check, so it's a great idea to fast forward to that spot and have your digital quick check up while I'm going over the hints. If you have time, practice your multiplication facts, because the 4th grade teachers would be so excited if everybody came in really knowing their multiplication facts next year. Okay, for reading, you want to log into Google Classroom and you're going to read or listen, depending on your preference, to the story Exploring Space with Telescopes. I'm going to show you that story and I'm going to show you the Notice and Wonder chart for it, and it has some questions on it. Remember, on your Notice and Wonder chart, you want to make sure that you have 3 items on the left side and 3 items on the right side. So you need 3 notices and 3 wonderings. So let's go look at the story. Okay, so here's the ReadWorks story. It's about exploring space with telescopes. So those of you that did the Galileo story earlier, there's a little bit of information that is similar to that story, and you'll notice we have the same picture of Galileo. So they wore very different clothes than today. That could be a notice. So they tell you in 1609, an astronomer named Galileo created a telescope that he used to observe the night sky. Galileo's telescope made things appear 3 times larger. That reminds me of that article that we read a long time ago. Using his telescope, he discovered 4 of the many moons that orbit the planet Jupiter. He also observed the planet Saturn and the Milky Way. So there's more to this article than that. I'm not going to read you the whole thing. I am going to come over to the Notice and Wonder chart now. Okay, make sure you put your name on it. Also put Exploring Space with Telescopes. I want you to have 3 notices, 3 wonderings. So a notice might be the picture shows Galileo. His clothes look very different from today's. Another notice might be in 1609, he created a telescope that could see 3 times further than the previous ones. One wonder I have is, I wonder how many months or how many weeks he spent making his telescope. Another wondering might be, how long did it take him to find Saturn or find the Milky Way or observe the Milky Way? So that's a wondering I have. But you're going to come up with 3 notices and 3 wonderings. Then you'll observe down below, there's some questions. I'm going to zoom in a little further so we can see them better. Let's see. Let's go to 200. Oh, let's just do zoom in. Oh my, that really zoomed in, didn't it? Hello, there we go, that's better. Oh no. Trying to use my mouse pad to zoom in a little bit. There we go. Exploring Space with Telescopes questions. So these are ones that Mr. Locker came up with. Thank you, Mr. Locker. Which of these answers best describes the purpose of the passage? to teach us about the planets and moons that Galileo observed, to tell us where scientists put telescopes, to describe how scientists have used telescopes to explore space, to prove that Galileo created a telescope that made things appear 3 times larger. So you're going to move your circle to what you think is the best answer. And I made the circles a little big, it looks like. So if you decide your circle is like, if you want it on C, make sure that the C is really showing. I've had people doing stuff like this. When you do stuff like that, I don't know what you want as your answer. So please carefully place your circle. Now on number 2, you'll notice there's a whole bunch of circles. Now off to the side here, I wrote number of circles is not an indication of number of correct answers. So just because there's 3 of them here doesn't mean there's 3 correct answers. There is more than one though. What discoveries have been made while using a telescope? Circle all correct answers. 4 of Jupiter's moons, germs, new cities, the age of the universe, or Apollo 11. Number 3, how has the telescope improved since Galileo created his telescope in 1609? Answer using evidence found in the passage. So remember, you need to type in nice complete sentences, and you need some evidence from the article. So remember, you can highlight in the article. This sounds like it's talking about some changes, so I'd pay attention to this paragraph. And look how big that telescope is in comparison to this little telescope in Galileo's hand. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I hope that gives you a little picture of what you need to accomplish today. If you did not take an AR test yesterday, and I'm sad to say that most of the class did not take an AR test yesterday, you can go back and watch yesterday's video of Skippy John Jones and take an AR test on it. So if you need to pause the video now to copy down the quiz number, that would be a great idea. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have a lovely day, and I look forward to Zooming with you tomorrow at 9 o'clock. If you don't remember the time for the Zoom meeting, I will, not time, but the code for it, I will repost it in Google Classroom tomorrow night so that it's at the top of your stream. Have a great day.